Okay, welcome to the 77th edition of the Tom Lowry Memorial Road Race held in Collie. Today we're racing C grade men's and we have a combined C and D grade. We have over 35 riders racing today and I'm racing for the Midland Cycle Club. So we start off in the motorplex and we head out onto the main road, and the course is an out and back 62 kilometre course with around 440 metres of climbing. Today I've got Shane, Simon, Chris, John, Nathan, Daniel, Wayne, Ahmed, Rob and Tom racing, and we also have fellow Black Swan rider Tim racing for South Perth Rouliers. So we're racing for Midland Cycle Club, and today the plan was just to put as many people up the front as we can and make some attacks. So we're coming up to the one of the main junctions here, and things start to heat up from this point. So we've got an attack's gone off the front, which was Nathan Brown, and then Ahmed from our team is pushed off the front here. As you can see, everyone's getting pushing up, so we're just sitting in. So we've got a couple of people up off the front and a couple of us just sitting into the pack. So this is around 10 kilometres into the road race. Ahmed's made an attack off the front, and we'll see that very shortly. A number of clubs are racing today: South West Cycle Club, South Perth Rouliers, Fleet Cycles, Joondalup Cycles. So there's a number of different clubs racing today. We're sitting around mid-pack here, so we've got Wayne on the left, Rob in the middle, John on the right. Dan's just up there in the front, so we're in the black, yellow, orange kit. We've just got Simon here coming up on the left, another one of our team. So we're probably around 20k into the race now. Ahmed's pushed off the front and we're just waiting for the pack to pull him back, so you can see him up there. He's got probably a couple hundred metres on the pack. A few up the front there from the other clubs are trying to pull him back in. So you can see the gap he's got there, that's him just out on the front. So our plan here was just to sit in and see if anyone else in the other clubs would pull him back. So we're around 20 kilometres into the road race now. So we've got Southwest Cycling Club there. Most of their guys are up the front there trying to pull Ahmed back. We come up to a bit of a climb now, and as you can see, there is a chappie there up in blue. I think he's bridging across to Ahmed there, so you can see Ahmed at the top of the hill. So he manages to make it across, and we've got Nathan Brown and Rafs, Rob, Wayne up on the front there, just holding back to allow that break to establish. So as we drop over the top, they actually put on quite a good push here and get a good gap. So we are just holding up the front, and you can see they've probably got about 10 or so seconds or 15 seconds on us there. So again, most of us are sitting up here at the front and just seeing if anyone else is going to try to go across to the break. So we're in around 25 kilometres into the race now. So Southwest come to the front now, and they're trying to pull back the break, or at least get one of their guys across into the break. So 3 or 4 of them up the front there. So we're probably 10 or 5 kilometres, 5 to 8 kilometres away from the turnaround point, and we're trying here to work with the Southwest Club in orange there, just to establish a break off the front here, and so we've got a couple of guys up there, but the 2-man break is still off the front. But we managed to get one of the Southwest guys. He managed to get across off the front, and you'll see the break now. They're coming past us here, so there's the two breaks. Ahmed, our teammate, is in there, so and we'll be coming up to the turnaround in a couple of minutes. And one of the Southwest guys, he is off the he's off the break, and he's just there on the right. So, and this is the main peloton. So what we'll do is we'll the camera. My front camera actually run out in about a couple of minutes, so we're going to switch to some footage from the rear of my rear camera, and so we'll just sit back and we'll have a bit of a look at that. So around 35 kilometres, there's two off the front. In the race at around 40 kilometres, there was a couple of little climbs in there, and one of the riders from, I think, Junior Club Cycles broke across to the break, so we had three up the front. This footage here is on the home straight, so we're around 4 kilometres out of town. There's been a little bit of heat put on here, coming in back into the motorplex. So at around 1 kilometre to go, one of the chappies, I think Soren, pushed off the front fairly hard back into the motorplex. So Wayne and Raf's bridged across to that gap. So here's some footage here in the motorplex. We're coming in at around 45 kilometres into a chicane. Really wet asphalt. It got a little sketchy through here. We were probably going in around 3 or 4 bike wides into this really tight chicane. Wayne, Rafs and Tom are up in front. I'm probably around 6th wheel at the moment. So this is a peloton going for 4th. So we've already had Ahmed, who's had around a 40-second lead up the front, so he's going across the line and first. And there was 2 others that took 1st, 2nd and 3rd, so this is racing for 4th. We're coming into the 3rd last corner. There's Tim there in the South Perth Wooliest kit. So we've got 2 more corners to go, and then we're onto the home straight. Had to be pretty careful coming through these corners, as it was fairly slippery. Tim is here, he's just about to push up. Rafs is just in front of me, so we've got 2 more corners to go. So the Mallow Valley there on the left, I think he ends up taking out 4th, so we're all sprinting here for 4th position. But great work by Ahmed to be basically have I think around 40 kilometres in a break, and worked pretty hard all day. So this is the last corner here. It's pretty wet, so just try not to slip out. So we cross the line here, and there's Rob and I coming across for, I think that's 5th or 6th, but it was a good result for the team, for Ahmed, who's come through and took 1st, and Tom, and who took 1st in D grade, and Chris finished 3rd. So it was a good result for the club today. So yeah, until next time, until the next video, we'll see you then. Thanks.